Cardinals, to the first nest of the 2017-18 school year.
My name is Brisa Cappy.
And my name is Janelle Pereira.
And we're both seniors in the Alma Academy here at Hoover High School. We're proud to be your new anchors for the nest. We hope you had an amazing summer and a good start to the school year.
We have a lot of news to catch you up on.
On this episode of The Nest, Daca and its effect on our student dreamers, a new school entrance, and a construction update, along with questions in the quad.
But first up, do you know we have a new principal, Mr. Babineau?
He has been working hard bringing spirit and structure to the beginning of the school year.
Here is our weekly principal address. Do you know?
Or do you know?
Cardinals, Mr. Babineau here, principal. I wanted to take this time to address you guys, to talk about the first 5 weeks of school, and to tell you that I have thoroughly enjoyed being a Cardinal. I'm so thankful, I'm so blessed that I'm the principal at Hoover High School, and I want to thank you for welcoming me. I want to thank you for doing everything possible to give me a high five, to shake my hand, and to make me a part of this Hoover community. With that being said, I also want to say a couple things to you guys. I want to commend the student body for how you handled the actual fire on our campus. How many times through kindergarten through 12th grade has there been a fire alarm and there hasn't been a fire? How many times have you actually seen a fire on campus? We actually had a fire on campus, and you guys, during lunch, you did what the right thing to do was. You went out to the turf field, you came together as a community, and you waited with our staff until we were all clear. And I want to commend you for that, because you made the choice as a student body to do the right thing. With that being said, based on the fact that I observed a whole community of 2,200 students coming together, I know that we can do great things. And because of that, all the things that I've seen in the first 4 weeks, my expectation of you is to be great, because I know you have it in you. So when I'm walking around campus and I walk into a bathroom and I see a bathroom that's destroyed, when I see trash on the ground, I think to myself, we're better than this. We as a community, we can do more because you guys expect more. So I want to challenge everybody, including myself, adults, administrators, principals, students. Let's come together to take care of this campus because you deserve it. Let's be on time to class. Let's do the right thing in class. If there's conflict, yeah, okay, there's going to be conflict. You know what? We have the people on this campus to support you. We're going to do everything that we can as a community to make sure that you have the supports that you need. We can be great, and it's not just going to happen because we talk about it. It's going to happen because we actually make it happen. Students holding students accountable, adults holding students accountable, all of us holding each other accountable, students holding Principal Babineau accountable. All of us holding each other accountable is what's going to make us great. It's through our actions. We can make it happen. We can be great. We can build a culture of excellence. Let's make it happen, Cardinals. HOO-RYDE!
We are Hoover. Cardinals, let's all work to make our school amazing. Speaking of amazing, Hoover High School's diversity is what makes it a special community. However, recent political changes have placed many of our dreamer students in jeopardy of losing the education and lifestyle they had been promised. Andrea reports.
The Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, also known as Daca, was a program created for immigrant minors who entered the United States to receive an education and better job opportunities. Daca has recently been removed by President Donald J. Trump, and many people are in risk of losing their education and lives in the U.S.
With the Daca program, so there are some changes that have happened with the Daca program. So unfortunately, people who are interested in applying for Daca, they can't apply anymore. There's no new or initial applications that are being accepted. However, if a person is currently approved for Daca, and it's very important that that person do a renewal application. And there's a deadline coming up for the renewal application. It's on October 5th.
How has the threat of eliminating the Dreamers Act affected you? It has affected me in many ways, but I think it's really scary how all the goals I want to achieve are at risk, not because of me, but because of my immigration status. It made me realize how education is a gift and I shouldn't take it for granted.
At the Community Law Project, we're encouraging everybody to make sure that they meet that deadline, and we're providing information, resources, and materials. There's a lot of resources in the community that help people do their renewal applications, and so that's what we're here helping people do. There's a $495 fee, but there's scholarships available, so people really can. There's the help's there for people to do the renewal application and make sure that it gets in before the deadline.
This is the Community Law Project, and it's located in the bungalows. They're open every Tuesday from 9 to 2:20.
The important thing is to understand that there's places now where they will pay for you to renew. So they will cover the $495 fee for you. So the only thing you have to do is go and make the appointment. There's one coming up on Wednesday, September 27th, and that will be at the Jewish Family Services, and that one will run from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. They do recommend to make an appointment, so if you have any questions, you can just go online or you can come here to the Wellness Center and the Community Law Project for more information. And the other event is coming up on Saturday, September 30th, and that will be here at the YMCA, like a couple of blocks from Hoover. And that also they will be done by Alliance San Diego, and they're also covering the fee.
Orders by President Trump have already been carried out and many deportations have occurred. Due to this, several Hoover students are in fear of deportation and loss of family companionship.
Immigration officials are not to come into our campus unless they have two provisions. First of all, they need to have a subpoena, which would be given by a judge. And second of all, they need to have permission from the superintendent of San Diego Unified School Districts.
What do you do in this campus to help the Daca students?
Sure, yes. I am an attorney, and I'll be here every other Tuesday for lunch, and I'll be working with anyone who would like to come, any students who would like to come and learn more about immigration. We're going to talk about things like Daca and applying for college and for financial aid as an undocumented student. And we're also going to talk about other immigration options and any questions that you have. Just know that it's a safe space where you can come every other Tuesday, a centro where you can get information and connect with others who are interested in learning about immigration as well.
What would your family do if you had to leave due to Daca being removed?
My family would probably be really upset and would move with me, so I wouldn't be alone, and I would have to continue my education in Mexico.
DACA students, don't delay in getting legal advice in the Wellness Center next Tuesday. The October 5th deadline is coming fast.
I'm sure you have figured it out by now, but because of pending demolition and construction to the front of the school, Highland Avenue is now the front of school. John Hopkins tells us more.
Last year, we were told that the front entrances would be demolished over the summer. However, once school started, the only changes were the location of our front entrance from El Cajon to Highland Avenue.
What time is Hoover's front office and auditorium scheduled for demolition?
I actually just received word that it will be going to the board for approval late January, which is again continues to get bumped back. But late January, that's what they're telling me. So hopefully we're breaking ground by February.
With the office location being where it used to be, now being shifted here, how was that transition for you?
Well, the transition was not difficult. It was just a timely matter. It took forever. It just takes time to organize an office in a different location. So packing and making sure all of the computers were working. I mean, it took so many people to make this happen, and it's so nice that they helped.
With the front office switching locations to Highland Avenue, we will also have to say goodbye to our old auditorium.
It's pretty exciting. It's been a long time coming. The auditorium is old.
Where will performances be held in the meantime?
That's a really good question. We are in talks with the Weingard Library right down here on Fairmont. They have a performance space we might be able to use. But I've also We've also thought about using the 200 building for an interactive play where the audience has to follow the characters into different rooms.
I think it's a cool opportunity. I know that a new performing arts center will be constructed in its place.
The reconstruction of our auditorium is estimated to be completed by year 2020. Until then, where will the performances be held?
That's a great question. I'm still working on that answer. I can tell you that the front quad has proved to be successful. We did a cluster concert for orchestra last year, and it went very well.
Once construction starts in January, students will not be able to enter off El Cajon Boulevard.
When students got their schedules on the first day of school, many were surprised to not see choir listed. So what's up with choir? Stephanie chimes in.
Throughout the years, Hoover has sustained a well-rounded music program for Hoover's musicians. Despite this, at the beginning of the school year, students were notified that there wouldn't be a choir program for at least the first semester.
When did you become aware that there wouldn't be a choir program?
When we came back from this summer, I was made aware that we were not going to be having a choir class here at Hoover.
There have been students that have come up to me, and I know that there are students passionate about singing, and I think choir is great. I think it's a great release for kids. So I hope that the principal can find someone who wants to come to Hoover and continue our choir program, because I think it's very, very important.
Students need so many different types of outlets to express themselves, to find ways to dedicate themselves. And choir is one of them. You know, I'm a musician, and I feel that just as important as band, just as important as orchestra, choir is critical to Hoover.
According to school staff, due to students' lack of interest in having a choir program, this first semester of the school year has caused a temporary suspension of the program. And although this may only seem as a problem for students who were looking out for choir this semester, it has also affected many other elective classes.
In regards to choir, it's been challenging in that there were students that were looking forward to it, having it all year, and then what happens is we can't give them that choice since we don't have a teacher. So we have to give them something else that maybe they didn't sign up for. So that creates a challenge. However, I think that those challenges are real life experiences, because sometimes we don't always get what we want, and we still have to kind of be resilient and do the best job we can.
It has impacted our school. For example, for one choir class, we have 36 students taking an elective course. If you multiply that by 3, you have over 100 students that would have to find another elective or another course where we could have them during a period of time.
Although some students were disappointed by the choir's absence this semester, luckily for us, the school staff is making an effort to reintegrate choir back in students' life by starting an after-school program for this semester.
A lot of students are coming to me asking questions, what can be done. Right now, what we are doing is developing a choir club. So if you are interested in choir, please contact Laura Sanchez or Sarahi. Those are the girls right now who are organizing choir.
There are requests for choir for the second half of the year, and currently the principal is actively looking for a choir teacher to start on January 29th.
From no choir to no food delivered to campus, Chloe gets to get lowdown.
With the recent misinterpretation of the school food policies, students and staff found themselves struggling to understand what are the rules.
One of the concerns that we have is when we have several students, we have over 2,000 students here at Hoover High. If we get half of them, 1,000 students who go through Uber Eats or their families want to drop off their lunch, it creates a lot of disruption in the operations here at the main office. We simply do not have the manpower that every time a parent decides to bring lunch or drop off the lunch for their children, it's simply not feasible for us to manage a way to contact the students and get the lunches.
It is very important that you do not have anything passed to you through the gates. It is important that you don't have anything delivered to you without going through the main office.
Hoover students can only bring food from home before school starts. Food delivery during school is not allowed for safety and logistical reasons.
Although we might not have sport highlights, we do have important information for several athletic sports. Following, we have questions in the quad and an ASB update.
My name is Laura Sanchez.
Hi, my name is Kaylin Hughes.
Hi, my name is Henry Salas.
And this is HOO-RYDE in the Sports.
As the school year starts, so does the season of fall sports. The excitement and thrill also comes with injuries. In order for athletes to be aware of these injuries, such as concussions, Hoover Sports are being baseline tested preseason to secure athlete safety and prevent further injuries.
Baseline testing is a score that athletes can get on a test that tests memory, reaction time, and concentration before or pre-concussion or head injury. Every sport should be baseline tested. However, we don't have the means to do every single sport. So bare minimum will be all of our contact sports, our high-risk sports. So that would include football, girls and boys soccer, girls and boys lacrosse, girls and boys basketball, wrestling, and girls and boys volleyball as well. I educate the teams in the preseason, so I let them become aware of signs and symptoms of a head injury.
I don't think they occur as often as some people think, but maybe 8, maybe 10, and that's just having them understand the rules, that they can't lead with their head, so they're legislating trying to use the head while tackling, so they're legislating it out of football.
Yes, I've had a concussion before. I was not able to be with my team. I had trouble sleeping, and it affected my schoolwork.
Some sports have already begun their season. Meanwhile, others are preparing to bring home victories. Let's go, Hoover Sports. HOO-RYDE, HOO-RYDE.
Hi, my name is Melissa Fragoso, and today's Q&Q is, who's your favorite teacher and why?
My favorite teacher is Miss Tyler because she supports us unconditionally. Also, my Crocs are awesome. You guys should go buy some.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Hugh.
Why?
Because he's outgoing and he's funny.
My favorite teacher is Miss Noise because she's always cared about me.
Oh, this is easy. My favorite teacher is Miss Tyler. She's always happy. She has a lot of energy. So yeah, that's why she's my favorite teacher.
Mr. Hernandez because he doesn't give homework.
Miss Cobb because she's always there for me.
Oh, my favorite teacher is Mr. Kaplan because that's the homie.
Who's your favorite teacher and why?
My favorite teacher is Miss Tyler because she's hella cool, you know. Miss Tyler, she's a bro.
I say Miss Bahumi. She introduced me to like acting. Hey, she's cool, bro. Trust me. Or if not, Miss Landry. Because, you know, she helps me in math all the time.
I ain't got a favorite teacher, but my favorite coach is Coach John, right here.
Who's your favorite teacher and why?
I think Coach G is my favorite teacher because, like, he actually puts me to work and, like, he's funny, so, yeah.
Mr. Valley because he left.
Mr. Behe because he's a homie, you know, giving me A's.
Oh, my favorite teacher is Mr. Cardinal. Gave us a lot of homework. Didn't do it. Still passed the class.
Who's your favorite teacher and why?
My favorite teacher had to be Miss Despain. One, because I've had her probably for my past 3 years, and she's always been my kind of support and go-to teacher.
Mr. Ravino, the PE teacher, because he always let us go in his class and play basketball whenever we want without telling nobody. So, yeah, he chill.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Hernandez because sophomore year, you know, missed like 5 essays, gave me an A with a G in citizenship. That right there is the MVP. All right, Mr. Hernandez, love you, bro.
Mr. Todd because he's so nice and I love him for everything that he's done for me.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Cardillo because he makes the school entertaining.
Miss Gaslam because she keeps it real.
Ms. Savino and Mr. Hugh because they just bring a positive environment to Hoover, and I just love that. Oh, and by the way, my boy James over there, he needs a dad. Hit him up. He don't know who his dad is. Real talk.
My name is Kayla.
My name is Ethan.
I'm Jackie.
And this is your
ASB
update. Please join us for our first home football game at 6:30 versus Fallbrook.
Don't forget Spirit Week still hasn't ended. Tomorrow is Disney Day and Friday is class colors. Freshmen are yellow, sophomores are red, Juniors are black and seniors are white. Pep rallies this upcoming Friday during lunch.
Buy an ASB card for $20 and get a free t-shirt. Student Store is now open in ASB room. This is your ASB update.
Thank you for watching the first episode of the year. We wish you an amazing rest of your week, and we'll see you next week on The Nest. Remember, be bold, stay gold.